And we're live.
You mentioned that you were a professional hockey player and also a coach, and that I'm a big hockey fan. Never played professionally, but how did that go? Like, how did you get into that? Did you just kind of you grew up into it and then you parlayed into the acting?
God, I wish. No, what happened was I grew up in Massachusetts, very hockey centric place. I played a little bit of college hockey. Didn't go well, so I turned pro my junior, senior year, and then I was good, but I wasn't.
Wait, hold on. College hockey didn't go well, so you went pro?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, in the sense that I wasn't getting along with the coach.
Oh.
And then I wasn't terribly coachable, I'll be honest with you.
Which league did you jump? Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
So I the American Hockey League, and then I played for the Whalers in the A, and it's a couple stints like in with Utica, New York, in the East Coast Hockey League. So about 22, 23, I pretty much knew that I'm not going to the NHL. I'm going to stick around. I got an offer to go to Europe, and I went to Belgium. I played in Belgium for a year, and then I spent time in Italy, which is France. And then I came back and I coached for 20 years before I became a hockey coach, before I became an actor. I had hockey school in Quebec. I had a residential training center. I ran a rink in New York City for a long time. So that was my hockey.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Did you ever get a call up or think that you were close to a call up in the AHL?
I was
Not sure.
I was late. I was 21. I wasn't drafted. And I would have to be so much better than a guy with a contract. I would have to be like 3 goals a game because they're already paying him no matter what. So signing a guy like me on an ATO or a PTO, it's extra money they don't want to pay. And quite frankly, I'm just one of 22 guys that could play that night and had the same outcome. I would have to be like just literally scoring 4 goals a game if they were to bring me up, because they had so many guys in line, and depending on the relationships inside the organization, where the scout, where his alliances, the politics within hockey and sports in general is really one of the most uninvestigated subjects there is. If a scout sees you and you're his guy, he will fight for you to move through the ring, even if you're not doing well, because it's their reputation. So.
Yeah,
I think Moneyball stepped to kind of address that a little bit,
What were you, a forward? I guess because you're talking about goal scoring, right? Defenseman.
Yeah.
Well, you would have been in the NHL if you were getting hat tricks as defenseman, definitely.
Yeah, but that's my point. I had to be that good. I was not that good. I wasn't that good. So I was like everybody else, and they didn't really need me there. I could fill in, and they could, you're dressing tonight or you're not dressing tonight. Or we're going to send you down to Utica. We're going to send you down to Virginia, which is like you saw the movie Slapshot?
Yeah.
Well, I wish it was as good as Slapshot. It was just, at least they had training rooms. They had tape. They had sticks.
Tinfoil.
They hadn't had that. The idea was that it was a really low level type of playing pro hockey, but I had a better locker room in college.
Did you have any experience when you were in the AHL where someone from the team who's affiliate into the NHL, they sent him down for a conditioning stint, or like where a real deal NHLer comes down? And if you did, was it like, oh, there's a reason this guy is in the NHL and not here? Did you get to experience that at all?
Again,
can you pull your mic closer again?
Sorry, again, the thing is, at that level, everybody, you're kind of all the same as if you get hot, if you get momentum. It's all about momentum. If you're playing a regular shift, you get momentum, you get in the game, get in the flow, and minimize mistakes. You're gonna have opportunities. When you're like me, you're coming off the bench in the third period. You got to do something special, and you're tight. You've been sitting there for 40 minutes, and then now you get a shot to go. So again, it's not as simple as that. And yeah, I've been around some great players. I've been on the ice with I spent summer skating with Brian Trottier and Ron Gay, And and Pat LaFontaine. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
There's
very good
certain
player.
guys that how does he do that? And no matter how hard you work, you just can't compete. So yeah, when you get into the superstar level, they play a different game because they see the game. It's slower. The game is slower for them. There's just more time. They're more relaxed.
Yeah, for sure. I'm sure it's that way with every sport. Like Kyle's our baseball guy, but there's no way. Are they throwing just as fast in the minor leagues in baseball as in the majors? And is that about accuracy at that point? Not this. No, they're not.
There's if somebody's really a standout, if they can hit triple digits consistently, they're getting moved up, and we're going to work on that control. There aren't a lot of guys in the minors who are throwing like 101 miles an hour consistently, and they're like, yeah, but he's just a little too wild. Nothing we can do to him. That's kind of a rarity.
I think the major leagues in every sport, the cream rises pretty quickly. There's that margin, that gray area. In hockey, it's the last, the taxi squad, the last, 4 or 5 guys. They move up and down, but the guys who are there belong there, and you can tell right away. There's no question. Everybody who's on the margin, you got to find a way to create your space or just have longevity until you catch on before you get too old.
Yeah,
so that's it.
Just interesting, like still the gap between the minors and the majors of any sport. Because I don't remember what his name is, but there's some career AHL guy that's like above point per game, like crushes it in the AHL. He's like a real superstar in the AHL. And you would think, looking at those numbers, like that guy's at least like a 0.6 point per game guy in the NHL. Every time they bring him up, I don't know if it's nerves or fear. It's like he's just a ghost, a shadow. And I've like looked at forums of people talking about it, and they're like, yeah, look at the speed he can play in the AHL. And then look at him try and pull that in the NHL. Immediately, a defenseman is on his ass, and he's knocked down, and the puck is gone. And so
it's interesting. Sometimes what works at the lower level just doesn't work at the higher level. In basketball, there are guys who they're great passers, right? They're point guard. They always have an eye in the back of their head, etc. And then they go for passes that work in high school or college at the pro league. Everybody's arms are longer. What look like threading the needle passes to him were actually closed holes, and he turns it over a lot.
And when you see people like just some no-name bruiser from the NHL will be like, oh, I'm going to go play a pickup game with like the best beer leaguers in Boston or whatever. And then it's like, this guy looks like a fool next to regular NHLers. And then he goes out there and it's like the fucking Harlem Globetrotters music is going and he's dipsy doodling. he's hitting it over his stick on both sides, making people look like assholes. And it's like, wait, but you're the guy, you have 4 goals in your career. And he's like, yeah, and I was the best kid on every team I ever played on. Isn't that crazy? And that's how it has to be for every single person in the NHL or MLB or NFL. Like every single one of those guys. And Arian talked about this. Arian Foster of the Texans was like, you're in a room with people who have never experienced until this very moment being the second best on the team. Everyone shows up being the guy on whatever football, basketball, baseball team it is. It's just crazy. The level of skill you need.
When you play with those really good players, I played with some NHL guys. It's like they pass so fucking hard, I can't catch it. So I just keep my stick still, and they effectively pass to my tape. Imagine if I was playing catch.
You in the glove.
Imagine if I was playing catch and I didn't catch it, and it's like, I don't know what your problem is. I held my glove still. I did my part. Your job is to hit the webbing of the glove. That's what they do all the time, and they make me look good when I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
Those technique things, that's something it's an understanding you acquire, and when you find it, is it that fucking easy? And that like stick handling and catching it, like those hard passes, it's absorption. But you got to understand that you can't think about it. You got to let go and let the puck do the work. And you can tell very quickly somebody who's played at a high level of any sport, because there's a certain ease, and that ease is just familiarity. It means it's something you're comfortable doing it, and you can absorb it, and it's part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, to maintain that ease and that softness, actually, as you rise up through levels of pressure, because as you play, the pressure gets heavier, and as more speed, more pressure. And it's the guys who don't feel the pressure who really excel. Are the guys who just are there so confident and so at ease. That I played a little bit with Ray Bork. We did some pro amp stuff, some charity stuff, And I remember I loved playing with Ray Bork because I was playing forward. This is like maybe 5-6 years ago. And I remember just watching Ray, and I kind of knew what he's going to do. And he would just come around the net with the puck, and I just split the D, and he would just lay it out like a rifle shot. But because it all clicks back in, just absorb it, and just it's something where you see a guy like that, like it's just so soft. He doesn't panic. He doesn't, because the minute you doubt something, the minute you have a thought, you're dead. If you think about it, you're dead because it's so fast. It's reactive. It's so fast. It's reactive.
It's not like that for us mortals. I just hold my stick still. I hope he doesn't pass to me because I know he can do this on it. Oh, it's coming. Don't move.
Yeah, I remember when I would play, there was a guy I played with, and this was just for no big deal high school team, not one of my better teams, but like the coach would get on to this guy and be like, Dan, you have to let someone else get a chance. Like every time you're dangling in, you can't take the shot every time. And so like it would be a close game sometimes, like 2-2, and it'd be in the third, and he'd like clearly stop himself from scoring and then like wait for someone else to catch up and like try and keep it in. And I'd be like, Dan, just score! Just score! I hated that. He was the guy that would show up. He's the guy that would show up drunk and high to every single practice, and you couldn't tell him not to because he was so good.
It's like, why are we down by 1 when the score is whatever you want it to be?
Literally that. Yeah. Sometimes he'd be like, "Hey Taylor, I'm gonna get a first period hat trick. Watch it." That's how he talked. He'd be like, "I'm gonna get a first." Not because that's the way he talked. Just because when he was like wasted, he just started talking like, "I'm gonna get a first period hat trick. Watch this." And sometimes he would get the puck and skate back towards me because I played goalie. And be like, "Taylor, watch this," and then he'd just dangle by everyone, score easily, and then instead of going to like high five all the people he played with, because we played on a lot of teams together, he'd be like, "Taylor," skate all the way back and celebrate with just me. It was fun. It was fun to win those.
Where you guys from?
St. Louis.
Atlanta.
Oh, you're a Blues fan, of course.
Yes. Well, the Blues are doing badly. That's why my background right now is when we got knocked out in the first round by Mike Yeo, because we are getting butt fucked by the Colorado Avalanche right now. It's been brutal. We got guys on COVID. We got guys injured. It's devastating. I'm going to owe Kyle. We're going to get swept, and I'm going to owe Kyle $20 more. Because we have Kyle's an Avalanche. That's his team for this season, and I'm always the Blues guy. Woody has the Carolina Hurricanes, who are tremendous. This very good, tremendous. That'd be a really cool one. I hope.
Great is it gonna be if I pick the fucking Stanley Cup winner preseason?
Yeah, you just decided on the Colorado Avalanche because he was like, I'm gonna move. I'm moving to Colorado. What's their team name? Avalanche. Okay, I'm an Avalanche fan.
That's my team.
You just happened to jump. And you've always been one to say like, I don't follow teams when they suck. Fuck that. And you just happened upon jumping into like what is going to be a golden era of the Colorado Avalanche. They're going to be one of the best teams in the league for
I might learn what one of their players is called.
Nathan McKinnon. He's got 7 points in 2 games against the Blues. He's just ruining
could do that.
Amazing.
My favorite player. Yes, Nathan McKinnon. Yes.
Yes, hey, Nathan McKinnon.
Can you guys link in a video? Because since you're hockey fans, I want to show you something that I think you're going to.
Is this an NHL video?
If it's NHL, they don't let you show
I'm not going to say. I'm going to surprise you. There's a way you can link a video.
You can't surprise me with a copyrighted video.
Yeah, because they'll take us down if we try and show any NHL video.
I did a Wheaties commercial as a hockey player.
Uh-huh.
It's probably on YouTube. And you got to see the mullet.
I think we can look at it privately, and we could probably even take a screenshot of it and show people.
And what is it called? Wheaties commercial?
It put a Wheaties ice hockey commercial, circa 1986. It's probably on one of my YouTube channels. It's probably on my James C. Burns channel.
1985.
85, yeah, sure. 85, yeah, still playing, yeah.
Man, Wheaties just don't look good.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm watching it right now.
No, Wheaties don't look good. Like
no, Wheaties.
Is that you with the mullet?
Ooh, are you number 7?
I'm the guy in the blue, man.
Yeah.
You guys all found it, but I didn't.
I just searched Wheaties commercial 1985.
Here it is.
They look terrible. The cereal.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's it. That's the one.
I love the wink.
Oh, yeah.
the open. What the big boys eat.
What the
that happened. That happened by accident. I was walking in for a practice in a rink in New Jersey, and the girl
who likes Wheaties. I can pretend to.
The girl sent me to the. I was a pro-am skate, and I was summer hockey. I was going back to Europe, and I walk into the I did like a 4-rink facility. And I walk in, it's my first day there, and the girl sends me to the wrong locker room. There's a girl in front. Are you here for the auditions? I go, yeah, sure. Where she's all your locker room 4. And I just had no idea. And I walk in, there's not a hockey player in the room. They're all like guys with figure skates and speeds, half hockey. And for like a while, then I hit the rink and I'm a player, right? And then long story short, guy walks up, he goes, you here for the audition? I go, no, I'm here because I'm skating with Lou's guys today. And he goes, wait a second. Do you mind coming and eating some cereal? I go, what's going on? I said, we're doing a weekly commercial. I sat down. That's what it was. 5 minutes later, that's all it was.
Did they give you that shirt to wear? And they're like, all right, now look up and gesture to us with the spoon and go, it's what big boys eat.
They gave me the shirt. I had my face on a box.
Jesus, what a opportunity just handed to you.
Yeah,
just walk in.
Some people are like, I want to be on a Wheaties box. No,
you just walked into the room and they started a Wheaties commercial?
Yeah, you Mr. Magoo'd your way into a commercial.
You're auditioning for a Wheaties commercial. I just happened to walk into the locker room by accident. And then I got on, and I didn't know any better. I got on the wrong rink. There's 4 rinks. There's a lot of activity. So I went to the wrong rink.
They picked you over everyone trying to get this job.
Yeah, because I was a hockey
Look at that guy's hair. Love it.
Yeah, well, it's all about the hair, man. It's all about the mullet. Always about the mullet.
That is some strong hockey hair.
Strong mullet.
It's a damn shame. Damn shame what happened to him.